sports fans, to the Richland Gymnasium where the Bloomfield Wildcats come to the Richland Rebels home court and to take on the Rebels, the Wildcats and the Rebels tonight. Tommy Jacobs, I'm Bill Hampton, and we also have Eric Hendricks on the camera. We're glad that you joined us for this high school battle. Bloomfield comes into the game with a record of 1 win, 4 losses. We saw Bloomfield last Friday night, Tommy, down at the Holcomb Invitational.
Yeah, okay.
And tell you what, they got a good ball club. And Coach Dave Lanning, a new coach there at Bloomfield, is getting his guys really ready. They lost a tough game Tuesday night at Twin Rivers on a shot at the horn, and got beat by 2. They were up, and a guy made a shot right at the end of the game and cost them the game. Coach Lanning called us on our way home from our game that we had done and talked about it. He is assisted by Brian Garnett. Richland comes into the game with 1 win, 1 loss. They beat Zalman team the first game of the season, and then turned around and Camel's got them Tuesday night. Camel's got a tough ball club.
Yes, they do.
Also, they had one of their starters out, Cameron Whitaker. We understand that he's not starting tonight, but he will be playing.
Well, that's good. He'll make a difference.
He will make a difference. Casey Knight, the head coach, again, he played his high school ball at Risco High School, did his coaching right out of college over at New Madrid County Central, and was a JV coach last year, and now he's moved to Richland, and he is the varsity coach. He is assisted by Steve Wyman. Again, we've got a good crowd here. Bloomfield brought a crowd.
They sure did.
That student section is filled up over there, and we're excited to be here with you. Again, I'm Bill Hampton, along with Tommy Jacobs, and we're getting excited. Tommy, I was at Bloomfield High School yesterday, and we also had the principal, Eric Bowles, on to talk on our newscast to talk about the 50th annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament coming up. Channel 21 is very proud to be broadcasting all 26 of those games.
That's going to be great.
And it's all going to be on a tape-delayed basis. We want everybody to understand that this year we're doing everything taped. We're trying, and we're not guaranteeing that next year that we can do some of these games live. But this year everything's going to be tape-delayed. We will show every game at least 3 times, and you can go to boomersproductions.com. That's our website. And go to programming, click that on, and that'll tell you the list of what's going on on our TV programming. But we're going to be breaking those games, and if anybody wants a copy, a DVD of any of the games, all they need to do is to call us toll-free, 877-566-2121. They are $20. That does include shipping and handling. Actually, they're $19.95. Make your check to Boomers Productions and mail it to P.O. Box 11, Malden, 63863. We'll get you a copy on DVD of any of the 50 games that we're doing this year and all 26 games of the Christmas tournament. If you just want certain games, tell us which games you want. We'll be glad to get those to you. But we're very happy with that. And David Black with Maldenite Productions does our editing for us, and we'll be doing that work for us. And we're excited about our team this year, Tommy. We've got a good team.
Oh, I think so. And it's just getting bigger and better every year. And like I say, next year we hope to do some games live, but right now we'll do them on a tape delay. And we look for a good ball game tonight. This Bloomfield team played good down at Holcomb. They got beat by a real good East Prairie team, and they were in that game all night.
East Prairie has got one of those teams that a lot of those guys played football, and they're getting the football out of them. They've got some athletes on that team. Bloomfield, as you can tell, they're getting it together. We want to tell you that tonight's game is brought to you by D&D Trucking. They're located here in Essex on Highway 60 and Double F. Three Rivers Community College, New Wave Communications, First State Bank and Trust in Dexter, and also by Boomers Productions and Maldenite Productions. Again, we're very proud to have those people on as part to bring you this game tonight. If you're interested in advertising your business on any of these 50 games that we're bringing, just get in touch with us. Again, toll free at 877-566-2121. Talk to either Steve Johnson or Bill Hampton, and we'll be glad to tell you how inexpensive it is to bring high school basketball. We will replay every one of the games that we bring a minimum of 3 times. Tommy, we've already replayed the Campbell-Richland game 7 times.
Yeah.
Different time hours or different times of the day, so you folks can catch it. We have all kinds of programming on Channel 21. We have a cooking show. We have a racing show. We do newscasts live at 7, replay at noon, replay at 6 p.m., replay at midnight. We've got a very good special coming up, Norval Phelps. Interviewed Norval Phelps, going to be on Hometown Shorts. That'll be being played throughout the rest of the year. And that'll be played at different times. I want to tell you, that was a great interview. I enjoyed that.
I bet that's right.
You were talking about I want to say one more thing. Our racing show has Jim Eubanks from Dexter on it.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That was a great interview because he races. It started off in motocross, and now he's even raced up in the ARCA series in NASCAR. So we're excited to have him.
What I was going to say about these basketball games, you don't think people watching these, when you get out in town around Malden where we're from, or I go over to Camel where I was from, people's always asking when the ball game is going to be shown. Well, a lot of people watch them. These people come to ball game. They also want to watch a replay, and these kids love to watch these ball games.
Well, the ball players, the student athletes, they enjoy watching themselves on TV and hearing their names called. And again, folks, we try not to point out mistakes. We try not to talk about the officiating. We really don't care who wins the game. We want to see a good ball game, close game. Athletes all do well. And we want to see the officiating. Again, we're not down there in the stripes.
No.
Those guys have a tough job. And I know there's things that you'd think that they would see that they don't. And I refereed a couple of junior high games, Tommy, after I finished coaching. And I want to tell you, it only took me 2 to realize I was not an official.
No,
I was a lot better in the stands.
Yeah, we have some good officials in this area. And I'm like you. I don't believe I want to put on a striped shirt and get out there.
Nope.
I can sit up here and watch them, but I tell you what, they don't need me out there because I couldn't see near what they do.
Well, Tommy, we're down to almost horn time to get this game going. The captains are meeting with the officials, going over what to expect, and the coaches are kind of listening in there. A lot of people don't know what goes on there. They first of all, the referees make sure that the one team is in dark jerseys, the other team in a light jersey. They don't have to be white, but they have to be light. And sometimes they get to a game and they find out both teams are wearing the same color jerseys. Well, they can't have that.
That's right.
Home team is always light. Visiting team is always dark. Right. And it's a little bit different. Hockey or football. Football is just the opposite. So again, that's football. Basketball, home team is white, visiting team is in the dark colors, and when you're playing up that way too.
Right.
So the officials, that's one thing they check out. Another thing they say to guys, watch your hand checking. We are going to call the lane tonight, the 3 seconds in the lane. Watch your push-offs. If you got any questions, come talk to us. And the captain serves as really the mediator for the coach.
Sure.
If he's got a question.
Right. We saw a pretty good B game a while ago, Bill. That come out in Bloomfield was 48-39 winner over Richland. And Richland started out real good, run up about a 10-point lead on them, but that Bloomfield team fought back and got in that thing.
That was a good ball game.
Yes,
good ball game. A lot of continuity there, up and down the floor,
Yeah.
and not a lot of whistles. And it was a good ball game.
Yes,
Both teams got in the game, and you can tell that the Richland team is learning. They looked a lot better tonight versus their first game. We're ready for the national anthem, and the national anthem tonight will be sung by Amber Tilley. And Amber and her family race at the Malden Speedway, and she will be singing the national anthem. We're waiting for that. Everybody's getting quiet. And we'll turn the headsets over so hopefully you can hear her.
Very nice job.
Very nice. Sam Bertilli, a junior high student here at Richland, singing the national anthem. I saw her mother and dad, and I'm telling you what, they were proud people.
I would say so. And they have a right to be.
Yes, they do. The starting lineup's getting ready to be announced. The Bloomfield Wildcats, they're going to start. We'll wait till they come out on the floor, and we'll call them off to you. But again, we're glad that you're joining us tonight for high school basketball from the Richland gym with the Bloomfield Wildcats and the Richland Rebels. Kyle Williamson, number 22, he's a junior. Number 24, David Clary, he is a senior. Cody Smith, number 25, he is a senior. Number 42, John Moreau, and number 50, Kirk Doomey. He is your state vice president of Beta Club.
Very nice young man.
Again, the Bloomfield Wildcats are coached by Dave Lanning, assisted by Brian Garnett. The Richland Rebels, number 14. Well, they're going to start with number 22, Drew Thornton. He is a freshman. Number 30 is Tommy Stafford. He is a senior. Number 32 is Eric Foster. He's also a senior. Number 21, Justin Delbert. He is a senior. And a junior, number 14, Nick Harris. That is your starting lineups for the Richland Rebels. The head coach, Casey Knight, assisted by Steve Wyman. The referees tonight are Tom Britton, Nathan King, and Tim McCullough. And we have 3 officials tonight. Tommy, I tell you what, I expect a good ball game.
I think so. I think each team's going to get the ball up and down the court. The crowd's sure excited. Everybody's ready for it.
Everybody's ready. I tell you what, the public address guy, he really got into it, didn't he?
He sure did. He was pumped up.
Kurt Doomey and Drew Thornton jumping. Kurt Doomey for the Wildcats, Drew Thornton for the Richland Rebels. Set back for 32 minutes of regulation basketball. We're ready to go. Tim McCullough passes the ball up. Doomey tips back to Clary. Clary gives the ball over to Cody Smith. Smith with the basketball. Richland in a man-to-man. Oh, ball almost taken away. Smith gets it back on the tip there, trying to hit Monroe, and ball almost taken away there by Stafford. Clary with the basketball. He's got it back. A little give and go. He puts up a jump shot. Nice shot.
Good shot.
David Clary. They said he got 21 the other night against Twin Rivers. Delbert with the ball to Harris. Harris from the free throw line. Sinks it.
Well, Harris done that last year all year long.
All year long, and it was good. He had a tough game the other night.
Sure
but
did.
Maybe he'll get her going tonight. Just started here at the Richland Gym with 7:15 to go in the first quarter. It's 2-2. Just where they started, all tied up. Smith with the ball to Clary. Clary in the corner for 3. Puts it up. He
Clary's
scores
a good shooter now. He'll fill it up on you.
Tell you what, the young man used to work for us out the Speedway. He is a fine young man.
Good deal.
Foster with the ball over to Harris. Out to Stafford. Bloomfield in a man-to-man, and it's a tight man-to-man, and we've got a whistle on the floor. We've got a foul on number 42. At 42 is John Monroe. That's his first foul for the first foul for the Wildcats, first foul of the game. Inbounding the ball is Foster for the Richland Rebels. Gives it to Harris. Again, Bloomfield in a man-to-man. It is a sinking man-to-man. Ball thrown in to Thornton. Back out to Foster. Foster's going to drive down in the corner. Puts up a nice jump shot. No good. Rebounded by Stafford. Puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Harris. Harris with a 8-footer. Scores it. 5-4. Bloomfield on top of the Rebels. We've had 2 guys to score.
Sure have.
We've had Clary and we've had Harris. Clary with the basketball inside to Monroe. Throws it down to Doomey. Doomey with a crip shot.
Nice.
Scores it. Yeah, nice
nice
pass. Kirk Doomey. Again, he is the state president, Beta Club president for the state of Missouri. Foster with the ball on the wing. Throws it inside to Shepard. Or to Stafford. Down deep in the corner. What a 3 there by Eric Foster. Nice shot. Boy, he ripped it.
He sure did.
Going to put up new nets now. Game tied 7-all with 5:45 to go in this first period. Just what we expected so far. Very close game. Williamson with the basketball. Gives to Monroe inside the Doomey. Doomey, almost a give and go there. Good try on a backdoor cut, but a good defensive play by Drew Thornton of the Rebels. Rebels wanting to run. Down in the corner to Foster. He's going to drive. He goes in, and we've got a charging foul.
Got a charge on 32, Foster.
Yep. Eric Foster with the charge. First foul on Eric Foster, first foul on the Rebels. Rebels in a zone press, 2-2-1. Williamson breaks it, goes on in, and we're going to have a blocking foul. Blocking foul on Daubert. Williamson going in. Kyle Williamson, he started last year as a sophomore every game, a great ball player, a real good baseball player. Clary with the basketball, hits the coach out of bounds, ball off his fingertips. Turnover on the Wildcats, and Richland will control. 5:20 to go in the first quarter. We're still tied, 7-7. Richland and Bloomfield. Harris with the basketball to Foster. Foster into Thornton. Thornton, a good fake, goes in, puts it up good.
What, that freshman's got some good moves in there,
Bill. He really does. I enjoy watching him play. Richland falls back out of their press. They're on top 9-7. Smith with the basketball for the Wildcats to Clary. Clary looking inside. He gives it to Monroe. Monroe tries to feed Doobie, and we've got a holding foul on Thornton. That's his first foul, Richland's third. Coming in for the Rebels is Cameron Whitaker. Going out is Justin Daubert.
Richland fans glad to see Cameron Whitaker in.
We've got a timeout on the floor with Richland on top of the Bloomfield Wildcats. And with timeout on the floor, let's hear from one of our sponsors, D&D Trucking. D&D Trucking is located at Highway 60 and Double F just north of Essex. Donnie and Tish Foster are the owners. D&D Trucking use end dumps and hopper bottom trailers. D&D Trucking specializes in grain, fertilizer, lime, and rock hauling. Personalized, dependable, and reliable service. That's D&D Trucking in Essex. Call them at 283-5550. D&D Trucking says happy holidays to each and every one. Cameron Whitaker started all games last year, and he was injured, and now he's back on the floor. I know he's happy.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a walking call on the Wildcats.
If he's anything like he was last year, I believe we got a technical foul.
Technical foul called on the Wildcats. John Monroe, and when you get a technical now, it goes down as a personal,
right,
so that's his second foul. The Wildcats now have 2 fouls.
What I was going to say, if it's Cameron Whitaker's anything like he was last year, he'll make something happen when he hits that floor, too.
Yep. Going to the line to shoot the 2 technicals will be Nick Harris, and Richland will maintain possession of the ball. First one up and good. Harris 5 in the quarter. Richland with 10 so far. He has half of Richland's points. Zach Bacon coming in for John Monroe for the Wildcats. Second shot up, scores it. (11-7) with 4:52 to go in the first quarter. Eric Foster to inbound for the Rebels, gives to Cameron Whitaker. Whitaker touching the basketball, across the center line, down to Foster. Foster inside to Thornton. Thornton drives, puts up a jump shot off the rim. Nice rebound, but Stafford puts it up, and he's going to be fouled. Tommy Stafford, the senior, a nice rebound that time. Foul is on Zach Bacon, number 4, his first. Bloomfield's third. Both teams with 3 fouls. Going to the line to shoot 2 will be Tommy Shepard, or Stafford. I don't know why I call him. There's a Tommy Shepard at Malden. That's
right,
what it is. It's Tommy Stafford. Excuse me, Tommy. He scores the first one. 12-7. Rebels on top of the Wildcats. Second shot up, scores it. 13-7. Smith with the basketball. Throws to Williamson. Ball tipped out of bounds by the Rebels. Bloomfield will control under their own basket. Zach Bacon inbounds. He throws to Williamson. Williamson drives, nice spin move, puts it up and in.
Very nice move.
Yes. I'll tell you what, you get that young man the ball, he's going to score that close in. He's a very good heads-up ball player. Whitaker with the basketball to Harris. Harris is on the wing now. Gives the ball to Stafford. Stafford, a good spin move. He drives, and we got a walking call. Walking call that time on Stafford. Good spin move.
Sure was.
Just one extra step.
Yeah.
4:10 to go in the first quarter, 13-9. Richland on top. Smith with the ball down in the corner to Williamson. He's going to put up a three. No good. Off the rim. Stafford with the rebound. Boy, I tell you what.
Stafford's playing tonight now.
He's got him a ton of rebounds already. Whitaker with a basketball. Shoots a jump shot from the free throw line. No good. Rebound that time by Williamson. Williamson gives the ball over to Smith. This game's got some continuity to it.
It sure
going up
does.
down the floor. I like that.
It is great. That's good.
Williamson with the ball. Looks inside for Doomey. Gives back to Williamson. Williamson goes in, puts the layup, scores it.
Good shot.
Tell you what.
Nice give and go.
The man, the young man has great body control.
Sure
if you
does.
noticed, he went up, down, and right back up with it. 13-11. Bloomfield cuts the lead down to 2. Harris with the basketball. Looking inside to Thornton. Out front to Stafford. Stafford looking for someone to throw to. Being hounded in there by Zach Bacon. He gives the ball over to Cameron Whitaker. Whitaker's going to drive the baseline, picks a dribble up, gives to Foster. Foster back to Whitaker. Whitaker in the corner for 3, puts it up, no good. Off the side of the board, rebounded that time by Doomey. Taken away by Whitaker, he puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Doomey. Ball out of bounds off Doomey's hands, and Rebels will control.
A lot of action there for a minute, Bill.
Coming in for the Rebels is number 20. That's Landon Miller. Going out is Eric Foster. Miller, we're inbounds. He gives the ball out front to Harris. Harris is going to drive. Shot from the free throw line, no good. Rebound that time up high.
Oh, I thought got
man,
up, didn't he?
Foster, he put it up and in.
He looked good on that.
Drew Thornton, I said Foster. Drew Thornton with the rebound, put it up and in. I want to tell you, I like it.
I do
man.
too. I do too.
Williamson with the basketball for Bloomfield. Doomey, what a nice move down low. Kurt Doomey with a power move. Went right around the freshman and put it up and in. 15-13, Rebels on top of the Wildcats with 2.5 minutes to go in this first quarter. A lot of action. It's a good ball game.
Sure is.
Miller with the basketball. Over to Stafford. Stafford's going to try to put a move on. Drives in, misses, gets his own rebound. We got a jump ball. Clary and Stafford, and the ball will stay with the Richland Rebels on the alternate possession. You know, Tommy, the other night, I bet we had 15 jump balls.
I think so.
Miller to inbound. Out front to Cameron Whitaker. Whitaker with the basketball. Almost taken away. We got a foul that time on number 25, Cody Smith of the Wildcats. That's his first foul. That's the fourth foul on the fourth foul on the Wildcats. Coming in for Smith, he looked like he got his lip busted, is Tony Garnett. He is a senior. Oh, David Clary with the near steal. But Harris maintains possession. Down in the corner to Stafford. What a nice fake. Drives the baseline. No good. Rebound that time by Doomey, and we've got a foul on Drew Thornton. Thornton with a holding foul. That's his second foul. Richland's fourth. 15-13. 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Coming in for the Wildcats is number 15, Kyle Rogers, and also John Monroe. Coming out is Kurt Doomey and Zach Bacon. Kyle Williamson inbound to Garnett.
It's been a fast quarter. These boys up and down this floor.
Hey, and it's been a good quarter. I've enjoyed this.
I have too.
Yeah. Both teams are in it. The fans are in it. The referee's doing a good job. I mean, they're on top of things.
Sure
I like the three officials. David Clary with the basketball. Jump shot from the free throw line, in and out. Rebound that time. Whitaker way up.
Whitaker got up that time.
Rebels on the run. They had the numbers for a minute, but the defense backed them off. Whitaker still with the basketball to Foster. Foster just inside the three-point line. No, ball bounced around and good. Nick Harris with the shot. And the score. 17-13. Monroe with the basketball. Out to Williamson out front. He's going to drive, puts up a 16-footer. No good. Rebound that time by Nick Harris. Ball out of bounds. Off of Kyle Williamson. Good hustle both ways there on Harris and Williamson, and Rebels will control the basketball. 1:20 to go in the first period. 17-13. Rebels on top. Good ball game.
Very good. Both teams going at it now.
Now this is what I like. I like good high school basketball. Cold weather outside. It's a barn burner inside.
We're warm in here.
We're up high. We're up in the rafters at Richland. I want to tell you, the folks here treat us extremely well. The Richland School District, all the school districts that we do ball games from, we appreciate all their hospitality. Harris with the ball to Whitaker. Whitaker drives with that left hand. He's going to keep driving. Gives the ball off to Miller. Miller drives in, misses. Rebound in there by the sophomore, Jonathan McCarty. And nice rebound, put it up. He was fouled. He's going to go to the line to shoot 2. Foul that time is on number 15 of the Wildcats, Kyle Rogers, his first. Bloomfield's 5th. Jonathan McGarity, his first shot up. No good. He played a lot in that B game.
Sure did.
He's got a twin brother. Jeremy, I believe is his name. I know it starts with a J. In and out on that one. Rebound that time by Moreau for the Wildcats. Nice block out.
Sure was. He did that like you're supposed to do it.
Good fundamental basketball. Garnett with the ball over to Williamson. To Rogers. Rogers to Garnett. Garnett at the top of the key. Over to Williamson. 40 seconds left. A lot of time. Williamson working one-on-one. Puts it up. No good. Rebound that time. Stafford had his hands on it.
Sure
off
did.
His hands and then off of Rebels' hands. It goes out of bounds. We also have Blake Harris in for the Bloomfield Wildcats. Williamson to inbound. Throws out front to Rogers. Rogers in over to Harris. Ball tipped out of bounds. Williamson over to Harris. Ball tipped out by Landon Miller of the Rebels. 28 seconds to go. Bloomfield in to Monroe, back to Williamson. Williamson with a spin move, and they called a walking foul on him. .26 seconds to go. Cameron Whitaker with the ball with the Rebels. No hurry to get it down the floor. Garnett's going to pick him up at center court. Kicks the ball out to Miller. Miller to Harris. Harris to Whitaker. Whitaker drives the baseline, tries to get around Monroe. The ball kicked out front to Miller. Miller drives, kicks the ball over to Harris. Harris from 14, no good. Rebound that time on the floor to Harris of the Wildcats. And that's the end of the first quarter. What a nice first quarter it was. It's 17 for the host Richland Rebels and 13 for the Bloomfield Wildcats. We're going to go back to the studios and hear a word from Three Rivers Community College.
My name is Shane Talbert. I chose Three Rivers Community College because it's a great place to start.
At TRCC, I'm getting the same general education classes offered at a four-year college, but here they cost a lot less. Classes are small, so I can get individual attention, and the teachers are great. I'm getting a quality education at an affordable price, and I'm close to home.
TRCC. It's a great place to start.
Call 1-877-TRY-TRCC or click on www.trcc.edu.
Well, Tommy, that first quarter went very, very fast. And I tell you what, both teams are shooting the ball well. Both teams playing very aggressive defense, I thought.
I did too. Both teams playing very well. And I like this type of game. Up and down the court, I really like it. Before we go too far, we got a nice young man up here taping for the Bloomfield High School team. Justin Cluck. He's going to help us at Bloomfield, he says.
Yeah, and David Clary's brother is going to help us up there, too. They're going to do a lot of running for us.
That'll be great.
Points in the first quarter, Kyron Williamson had 4. David Clary had 5. Kurt Dumey 4 for the Bloomfield Wildcats. That's 13 points. And the 17 points for Richland with this way. Nick Harris with 8. Drew Thornton with 4. Tommy Stafford with 2. Eric Foster with 3.
You say Harris had 8? He had a good quarter.
Yes, he did. Bloomfield with the basketball, just underway in the second quarter. Glad that you joined us on Channel 21. I'm Bill Hampton along with Tommy Jacobs. What a nice move by the big boy.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that was nice now.
Kurt Dumey really took control right there.
Sure
Nice
did.
spin move around the
Kurt
freshman.
Dumey looks good under there.
He's a fine young man.
Yes,
we got
sir,
to know
sure
him through Beta Club. And, again, he is the president of the state. We're always good to see athletes and people with smarts playing.
You bet. You bet.
Nice hustle there on the Wildcats. Number 20, Blake Harris, and also by Nick Harris of the Rebels. Ball goes over to the Rebels. 17-15, 7:36 to go in this second quarter. Whitaker with the basketball. Garnett on him. We've got a carrying or palming the ball on Whitaker. You don't see that called very often.
No, not as much as you used to.
Garnett, the quarterback this play for the Wildcats. Zach Bacon's into the game. Williamson's getting a blow right now. Ball to Rogers. Rogers to Garnett. Garnett down in the corner to Harris. That's Blake Harris now for the Bloomfield Wildcats. Ball tipped around. Nick Harris for the Rebels has it. He's going to try to go coast to coast. Puts it up. And whoa. He took a hard lick and even hit the back of his head, I think. That was a hard hit there on his hip and also on his head.
Sure, I'm glad to see him jump up. Glad he's not hurt.
The foul that time is on Tony Garnett, his first. Nick Harris will go to the line to shoot 2. Basketball's a non-contact sport.
That's right, yeah.
Oh, James Naismith wouldn't believe it, would he?
I wouldn't think he would.
If the camera was moving, it was me shaking it with my leg. I apologize. We won't do. Cameraman Eric Hendricks told me to quit doing that. Second shot, no good. Bloomfield with a basketball. Ball given, go to Garnett. Garnett down in the corner, going to put up a jump shot. No good. Rebound in there that time. Kurt Doomey puts it up, scores it. This game all knotted up, 17 all. Whitaker with a drive, and the foul is going to be on Kurt Doomey, his first. Bloomfield's, I believe it's Bloomfield's seventh. So from now on, 1-1 by the Richland Rebels. Whitaker to go to the line to shoot a pair. Cameron Whitaker, he's a senior. Great year last year, and glad to see him back healthy tonight's game. David Clary in for the Wildcats. Going out is Kyle Rogers. Whitaker with his first points of the game. Second shot up. In and out. Rebound to Doomey. 18-17. Richland on top of the Wildcats with 6:30 to go in the second quarter. Garnett with the basketball for the Wildcats to Bacon, to Clary. To Garnett from 3, puts it up, no good. Ball off the backboard, rebounded in there by Stafford. Stafford to Clary. Rebels running. Clary's going to go in, puts up a layup, no good. Rebound that time by
Whitaker's got it back.
Blake Harris, and Whitaker got it back and then missed the layup. Bacon with the basketball. To Garnett. 6 minutes to go, second quarter, 18-17. Richland on top. We've got a foul. Foul is going to be on Tommy Stafford as he ran through a screen that was set up that time.
Yep.
Bacon to inbound for the Bloomfield Wildcats. Gives the ball to Clary. Clary dribbling around out front. Gives to Garnett. Garnett to Harris. Ball taken away in there by Miller. Gives it to Whitaker. Turnover on the Wildcats with 5:40 to go in the second quarter. Richland still on top, 18-17 over Bloomfield. Eric Foster with the ball, and we've got a walking call on Foster. Coming in for the Wildcats is John Monroe, Kyle Williamson, and Cody Smith. Bloomfield back with their original 5 that they started. So they had a good rest.
Yes, they have.
Richland in a 2-2-1 zone press. Full court press, or they're going to pick up 3/4. Let's see if they try to front the ball in from Smith. See what happens here. No, they let him have the ball in. Now they're going to pick up. Clary in the corner, looks for somebody to throw to. He gives the ball to John Monroe. Monroe kicks the ball across center court to Williamson. Down into the bucket to Doomey. Nice play.
Wide open.
Yep. Nice play by Williamson when the back man went out to pick up Williamson. He just flipped the ball casually down to Doomey. Doomey right there under the bucket scores it. handled the press very well. 19-18, Bloomfield on top. Stafford with the ball, being hounded by Moreau. Picks his dribble up. Miller with the basketball, gives it to Whitaker. Whitaker out front, gives to Foster. Foster for three, in and out. Rebound tipped around, Williamson with it. Bloomfield on the run, kicks the ball to Clary. Clary puts up an 8-footer, scores it. Really impressed with this young man.
Yes, he's playing a good, solid game.
Yes, he is. That's 7 points for David Clary. Horton with the basketball. Gives to Stafford. Stafford drives in, and we've got looks like a charging foul on Stafford. That's his second foul. Richland 6. Williamson inbound the ball. Bloomfield on top of Richland, 21-18 with 4.5 minutes to go in this second quarter. Ball inside to Doomie. Doomie inside to John Monroe. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound Thornton. Richland wanting to run. Whitaker's got it. He slows it up. Smith on him. He drives in, puts up a jump shot. Ball's blocked. He gets the ball back. Miller with a jump shot. Scores it. Landon Miller. Nice, soft jump shot from 15. Scores it. 21-20. Bloomfield still on top. Clary in the corner with the basketball. Into Moreau, back to Clary at the top of the key. They do a lot of give and go. Don't think Clary goes in, puts up a soft jump shot, no good. Doobie way up, but the ball off his hands. And Stafford has a basketball for the Rebels. Down in the corner to Foster. Foster across to Thornton. Thornton puts up a jump shot, no good. Rebounded that time by Williamson. Williamson with the basketball for the Wildcats. Gets the ball over to Smith. Smith across the timeline. Gives the ball back to Williamson. Williamson's going to drive. Gives the ball to Clary. Clary over to Smith. Smith puts up a shot. We've got a 3-second violation on the Wildcats. With 3:21 to go in the first half. Harris back in for the Rebels. Eric Foster going out. Richland controls the basketball. Cameron Whitaker with the ball. Good ball game, Tommy.
Yes, it is.
Enjoyed this. Whitaker along the side, still has a ball. Trying to drive. Nice block there by Williamson. Cut that baseline off. You know, Tommy, anymore, they let him have that baseline, but Williamson jumped out there and took it away from him. Whitaker drives in, loses a handle on the ball. Bloomfield with the numbers, 3-on-2. Smith goes in.
Real charge.
With the charge. Boy, that got the fans alive.
It sure did. That was a good heady play on that number 20. Jumped in there and slowed him down. Miller took that charge.
Yep. Landon Miller playing a good ball game tonight.
Sure is.
Whitaker over to Miller, being guarded by Zach Bacon. Stafford has the ball go off his hands, and we got a foul. Ball off of Harris's hands. Out of bounds. Bloomfield will control. Up by 1, 21-20 with 2:30 to go in this second period. Larry with the basketball for the Wildcats. Down to Williamson. Williamson thought about a three, drives a baseline. Comes in, puts up a shot, and we've got a charging foul.
Drew another charge. Harris drew another charge. Boy, this is good high school basketball.
It is. First foul on Williamson, 9th foul on the Wildcats. The next foul on the Wildcats, Richland will shoot the double bonus. Whitaker with the basketball to Harris. Harris drives in, loses the handle on it, gets it back, puts it up, no good. Rebound by Williamson of the Wildcats. Wildcats are running. Williamson drives in, puts up a shot up the free throw line. No good. Rebound by Thornton. Gives the ball over to Whitaker. Whitaker with the ball. Richland running with the basketball. Taken away from Williamson. They're going to get him for a reaching foul. Kyle Williamson with his second foul. Going to the line, he will be shooting two. Eric Foster will be coming into the ball game after, I believe it's Miller, is it? Or is it Whitaker? Whitaker's going to shoot 2. Whitaker is 1 for 2 from the line tonight. Both in this second quarter, so he goes to line for 2. Coming in the game will be Eric Foster after this first free throw, unless he's coming in for Whitaker. First shot up, scores it. Kurt Dumey in, Foster going in for Miller.
Bloomfield coming back with her big man.
Dumey in for Williamson. We're under 2 minutes to go, 1:57 in this second period. Whitaker's second shot up, no good. Off the front of the rim, rebound Shepard puts it up, no good. Rebound that time of John Monroe of the Wildcats. Gives the ball to Smith. Smith being hounded by Whitaker. Down in the corner to Clary. Clary to Monroe. Monroe from 18 out. Scores it.
Nice shot.
Nice shot. His first 2 of the night. John Monroe, Bloomfield on top. 23-21 of the Rebels with 1:30 to go in this second period. Good ball game,
Yes,
I tell
it
you.
is.
They're up and down the floor tonight. That's good. Harris with the basketball inside to Thornton. Thornton with the turnaround, and we've got a blocking foul on number 50. That's Kurt Dumey, his second foul. Going to line to shoot 2 will be Drew Thornton. Thornton has 4 points all in the first quarter. He's not shot a free throw. Tell you what, I like that freshman when he gets a hold of that ball. He squares up to that bucket, does a good spin move. I tell you what, he's got some natural instinct there.
And he wants that ball.
Yes, he does.
He wants
I
it.
tell you what, the guys are feeding him.
Sure are.
First shot up, no good. Second shot, scores it. Thornton with 5. Rebels trail by 1 to the Wildcats. David Clare with the ball in the corner. Picks his dribble up, gives the ball to Smith. Smith out front trying to get some offense going. He's guarded by Whitaker. Time is running. Clary with the basketball, going to put up a 3, and he's fouled from behind by Eric Foster. Going to the line to shoot 3 will be David Clary of the Wildcats. He has 7 points on the night, none from the free throw line. This is the first free throws for the Bloomfield Wildcats. First shot up, no good, off the back of the rim. Referee's making sure that was a three-pointer, and it was. Scores the second one. Clary now with 8. 1:07 to go in this first half, Tommy. Been a quick half.
Sure has. Enjoyable half.
Second shot good. Bloomfield on top by 3, 25-22. 1 minute to go. Whitaker with the basketball. Smith guarding him. Bloomfield still in that man-to-man. Whitaker down the left side of the lane. Goes in, and we've got a charging foul on number 10, Cameron Whitaker, his first. Tell you what, that Bloomfield, there's been a lot of charging fouls now. Both teams are holding their ground in that lane.
Yeah.
Smith with the basketball. We're under 1 minute to go in the first half. Whitaker picked up a second foul there. As he grabbed Smith. Smith will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Cody Smith has not scored on the night. Miller going in. Whitaker coming out. 47 seconds to go. Next foul by the Rebels in this half will put Bloomfield in the double bonus. First shot, or his shot up, no good. Rebounded by John Monroe. He goes up, has a ball blocked by Nick Harris. Good defensive play. And then Harris stepped on the out-of-bounds line. The ball turned over with 40 seconds to go. Bloomfield will inbound. You have to give John Monroe credit right there because he stayed with him.
Sure did.
And Harris stepped back and stepped right on the line as he was leaving. Bacon inbound for the Wildcats. Gives the ball to Smith. Smith does a fake, puts up a nice 16-foot shot, scores it.
Buries it.
Beautiful shot that time by Cody Smith. 27-22, 30 seconds to go in this first half of basketball from the Richland gym. Miller with the basketball. Loses it off his hands, out of bounds. Turnover on the Rebels. Ball goes over to Bloomfield. Let's see if they try to go for one with 18 seconds or if they're going down and try to pick up a quick bucket. 10 seconds to go. Smith with the basketball. Well, they're picking for that baseline man, aren't they? Yeah, just good fundamental basketball. Monroe that time of the drive, misses it. 3 seconds to go. Foster with the ball. Puts it up from center court. If it goes, it'll count. Ball just a little bit short at the end of the first half of basketball. It's a Bloomfield Wildcats 27 and the Richland Rebels 22. Let's tell you this game is being brought to you by New Wave Communications. New Wave Communications has high definition service, and I'll tell you what they're going to do, Tommy. They're going to give you $50 if you sign up with them at New Wave. They think you've been extra good this year, and that's why they're going to give you a little something extra this holiday season. $50 when you sign up for HD TV service from your neighbors at New Wave. You can call them toll free at 888-8 New Wave. Also, the fine folks at First State Bank and Trust in Dexter, you can now earn 5.12 annual percentage yield with an electronic Advantage Now checking account. There's no minimum balance and there's no service charge, giving you the best product for your internet banking and more. Get unlimited checking with free internet banking, free online bill payments, electronic bank statements, and more. Streamline monthly bill payments, save time and money, and earn 5.12 APY at First State Bank and Trust, Business 60 in Dexter, member FDIC. Want to thank those folks for bringing us tonight's game. Also, Boomers Productions and Malden Eye Productions. The next time you need a video, a safety video or a video of your business, give us a call, toll-free at 877-566-2121. Richland brass section of their high school band. Sounds very good. Let's talk about this first half of play.
Okay.
In that quarter, Bloomfield trailed by 4 points. They come out and score 14 points in that quarter. They hold the Richland Rebels to 5. And therefore, they overcome a 4-point deficit and take a 5-point lead. In the scoring in the first half, Kyle Williamson has 4 for the Wildcats. David Clary has 9. Cody Smith has 2. John Monroe 2. And Kurt Dumey has 10. Dumey's had a good first half. That's 27 points for the Wildcats. For the Richland Rebels, Cameron Whitaker has 2. Nick Harris has 8. Landon Miller 2. Drew Thornton has 5. Tommy Shepard has 2. Eric Foster has 3. That should be 10, 22. That is 22. Now let's talk about free throws. Free throws right now, Bloomfield is 2 for 3. And Richland there's a 4-shot, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And they've hit 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're exactly 50%. 7 for 14 from the free throw line. And Bloomfield 2 for 3. Give me your thoughts on the first half of tonight's game.
Well, I just thought both teams are just in the flow of the game. They're both playing very well. They're both looking underneath, looking for their first option and coming back outside, working the ball very well. Both teams playing very good defense. I'm just very impressed with both teams. It's going to Cameron Whitaker, when he's in the game, he picks the team up and goes on. It's just going to take him a while to play himself back in, but he's a fine player, and I think he will be. And I'm very impressed with a lot of these Bloomfield players. Of course, Kurt Dumey is a fine athlete, but they had Clarity came in and man played an excellent half.
Yeah, David Clary. We saw him play down at Holcomb against East Prairie, and they had him cover up pretty good. They had one of the football players on him and had him covered up. He's giving up a lot of height. They said he got 21 the other night against a tough Twin Rivers team. It's on a rebuild, and yet they both play a lot alike, size-wise and whatnot. He had 21. Tonight he showed us some good moves. He's got 9 in the first half, 2 for 3 from the free throw line, has a 3-pointer and then 2 2-pointers. Also, I thought Kurt Dumey, as you said, played an excellent first half. He had 4 in the first quarter, 6 in the second quarter. Looked real good inside. Good moves down the lane. He went right around the freshman a couple times. And Thornton, I guarantee you, Coach Knight will work on that at halftime, try to get him to where he can set up where he can possibly draw a charging foul on Dumey. On the other hand, Nick Harris has had a good first half. first quarter he had 8 points. He was shut out in the second quarter, but Whitaker came in, and Whitaker's doing a lot of one-on-one work. And
I'll tell you, somebody that impressed me when he came off the bench was Miller for Richland. Come in and draw those 2 charge fouls back to back and moved the ball around and did a good job. So.
He looks a lot better tonight than he did the other night. Now again, Campbell was all over him, and Bloomfield's defense has really picked up in the second quarter.
You know, it's a good crowd here tonight, and boy, I like to see this. You know, the Bloomfield people, these referees are not going to please everybody, 50% of the people. But I'm going to tell you, I like the ball game like this. Let the kids play. Let them. It's just a good call ball game. It's been a good played ball game, and I look for it to go down to the wire.
Well, it's we look at these schedules whenever people say, well, how do you pick those games that you're going to do? Why aren't you doing our school? Presently, we have Bloomfield, Dexter, Essex, which is Richland schools, and you have Bernie and Malden and Campbell. So it's very tough to start picking up schedules, and I mean you don't want to show 16 of regular schedule games from one school and shun everybody else. And what we try to do is pick out games that are being played between towns or schools in those towns. Now Malden and Campbell's playing tonight, and a lot of people say, well, why didn't you do the Malden-Campbell game? We did that game last year. We thought this game would be a good ball game. We think the Malden-Campbell game will be a good ball game. We think both of them are. What we're trying to do right now is make sure that we get every team on about an equal amount of time. And we will be doing that. Now, tonight's game, Bloomfield-Richland. Tuesday night, we did not have 2 towns in our viewing area that were playing each other, so we're going to catch the Greenway, the Malden Greenway, the first time against Crothersville. Now, Crothersville was very talented last year. They lost a couple of players. I've been surprised that they have not been tougher so far. Now, watch them come into Malden and give them all they want and more. Greenway were undefeated going in to play Campbell tonight. Campbell's only lost 1 game, so it should be a good ball game. Then next Thursday night, we're going to be at Bloomfield. Again, all these games are going to be tape delayed. Hopefully the next day, according if we can get them all edited and put together. But Bloomfield and Chaffee, again, that's a game that nobody else is playing on Thursday night. We wanted to go up and catch the Bloomfield Wildcats again. Friday, we're going down to catch the Clarkton finals of that tournament. Now, the way it's set up right now, if the number 1, 2 teams meet, it's going to be Clarkton and Campbell. Clarkton undefeated so far in the season. Got a great ball club. And, of course, it's early in the season, but they're 6-0. They beat a Haytide. They beat a South Pim. They beat South Pim or Haytide the other night. Jerry Johnson can tell us 101-94. Very high-scoring game. Now, they like to get it up and down the floor. Jason Long played his high school ball at Bernie. He gets after you on defense. He likes to run the ball with the ball. And then right now we're trying to work a scheduled game that we don't have on our schedule, so it'd be 51 games. We'll end up carrying Malden and Clarkton. Now, they could break the clock both ends of the floor.
That's true.
Because I'm telling you, both teams like to get up and down the floor.
But, you know, you were talking about the Clarkton tournament. And, you know, the Bloomfield tournament's very exciting. Everybody loves that along with me. But you let a Clarkton Camel, you let a Clarkton get in, a Camel get in, or somebody, those school districts that are real close be in the finals of that tournament, and you'll see a turnout and you'll see a fine game.
And they're going to play, it's a consolation bracket, the Clarkton Holiday Tournament next week, and they'll play for a 7th place game on Thursday night.
Right.
Then they'll play the 5th place game, open up on Friday night, then the 3rd place, then the championship game. And again, we're going to do the championship game. Makes no difference who's playing. We're going to do that game.
I enjoy that. Clarkton's put that tournament on for several years, do a fine job over there. A lot of good people in Clarkton. We look forward to that.
Oh, I enjoyed my years, my 3 years I coached down there, Tommy.
Well, we won't hold that against them.
Well, no, I tell you what, we had some good players. They just had a sorry coach.
Oh, is that what it was?
We sure had a good time, though, I tell you that. We really did.
I'd say they had a good coach.
I tell you, I still see some of those young men today, and of course, I was so close to their age. I was 22 when I first started coaching right out of college, and I still see some of those guys today. Coach, how's it going? I tell you what, do you remember? And I saw a game the other night, and I told somebody, Dennis Duffels, they're always saying, Dennis Duffels said, boy, if Coach Hampton had seen that, said he had him in the bleachers running the next day. So.
I'll tell you what, as we always say, we have some fine people and definitely have some fine young people in the Boot Hill, and we really enjoy being a part of this.
Tommy, while we got a break before we get started back, tell who the cheerleaders are right quick.
Well, I've misplaced my list for the Richland cheerleaders.
Let's hold off then.
Yeah.
Let's hold off.
But we will get them when we get them again. When we broadcast another one of their games, I think that young man carried my list off a while ago. But that's all right.
We're getting ready to start the third quarter. Getting a score. Bloomfield Wildcats on top of the Richland Rebels at half, 27-22. Let's see how both teams come out. Both teams, Bloomfield going back with their starting lineup. Richland will go back with Cameron Whitaker in place of Eric Foster. Other than that, everybody on the floor is the same. Harris to inbound the ball as Richland will take control of the first possession of the second half. Just underway. Glad you joined us on Channel 21. We are going to be having fun on 21 with 50 high school basketball games. Harris into Thornton off his hands and out of bounds. Just underway. 8 seconds ticked off the clock, and Bloomfield has a basketball. Smith with the ball. Guarded by Dalbert. Down to Clary. Clary down into what a nice pick there. John Monroe.
Nice pick.
Very
good
nice.
Play.
Yep. John Monroe, his second bucket of the night. Whitaker with the basketball. To Dalbert. To Stafford. Over to Whitaker. He's going to drive the baseline of the left side. Puts it up. No good. Ball tipped around, and we've got a jump ball between Clary and Whitaker. Alternate possession goes to Bloomfield. Smith with the basketball. Down to Clary. To Monroe inside the Doomie. He does a backdoor cut, but couldn't hit him. Hits him out front. Ball off of the foot of John Monroe. Turned over to the Richland Rebels. Two points scored so far in 1 minute of this third quarter. Both teams trying to get back in the rhythm and the flow of the game, and they will. Whitaker with the ball to Harris. Harris inside to Stafford. Stafford puts it up. No good. Rebounded by Williamson. Williamson wanting to run for the Wildcats. He stops and pops from 12. No good. Rebound that time. We got a push off that time on.
I believe that's on number 50.
Kurt Doomie. That's his third foul. Got him for pushing off on that rebound. 6:44 to go in this third quarter. Bloomfield 29, Richland 22. Whitaker down to Dalbert, inside to Thornton. Thornton working, and what a nice turnaround shot. No good, off the backboard. Thornton with the rebound, puts it back up, and off the front of the rim, and he's going to be fouled that time by, I believe it's going to be on Monroe, 42. That's Monroe's third foul. The two big guys for Bloomfield both have 3 fouls. Second foul of the quarter for the Wildcats. Going to line to shoot 2. For Richland is Drew Thornton. His first shot. Scoreboard just went off. Scoreboard just went off.
Sure did.
Second shot up. Scores it.
Well, we're off. They're going to take time out and fix the scoreboard.
They will take time out, fix that scoreboard. They'll have to put the time back up there. And they'll have to put the score up. Now, this is where the official score comes in.
That's right.
The scoreboard is not the official score.
That's right.
The young man down there in black, Mr. Giese, he is the official scorer tonight. He will tell him exactly what the score is. Now, time-wise, they will not know. They may come back up here to our vantage point to see how much time's left. We know they got the time up now at 6:23. They've got that correct, and they do have the score down, 29-23. And that should be the score.
Well, they got it, getting ready to get ready for basketball.
They didn't need our help after all,
well,
did they?
No, I don't
Isn't that
suppose.
amazing?
I thought they might.
Williamson inbound to Smith. 6:20 to go. Ball taken away by Cameron Whitaker. Good defensive plays. He drives in, puts it up. No good. Rebound that time by Williamson. Bloomfield off and running. Williamson with the basketball. Goes down and shoots a running layup. No good. Rebound by Doomie, and he's tied up by Thornton. And the alternate possession will go over to the Richland Rebels. Boy, they were getting it up down the floor that time.
I like that.
6:03 to go in the third quarter. Bloomfield 29, Richland 23. We've got a timeout on the floor. The referee wants something here. going over to check something. Wanting to make sure the alternate possession was correct since the clock went off, but Lonnie Hutchison, who has been a scorekeeper for many, many years at the Bloomfield, said, yes, that is correct. It is Richland's ball. So, I mean, he agreed.
You bet.
Whitaker with the basketball. Nice pass over to Thornton. Thornton, the turnaround shot. No good. Rebound, Dewey for the Wildcats. Smith with the basketball. Bloomfield down the court. Ball to Clary. Clary inside. Taken away by Harris. Nice defensive play by Nick Harris of the Rebels. Whitaker to Harris. Clary on him. Harris inside to Stafford. Stafford's going to drive. Puts up a shot, and he's going to be fouled. Foul that time on John Monroe. That's his 4th foul. Going to the line to shoot 2 is going to be Tommy Stafford for the Rebels. First shot up. No good. Right off the front of the rim. Coming in will be Zach Bacon for John Monroe. Well, Monroe picked up 2 quick fouls here in this third quarter. Bloomfield did not need that.
No, they didn't.
Stafford 2 for 3 from the line tonight. Next one up off the front of the rim. Williamson with a rebound. He's just a solid ball player.
Yes, he is.
Handles the ball well, plays good defense, knows where everything's at. Bacon to Smith. To Clary. Clary out front to Bacon. Bacon to Smith. To Clary out front the top of the key. Over to Bacon. Bacon inside to the big boy, Kurt Dumey. Turnaround shot. Nice shot. Used the glass perfectly that time. 12-point for Kurt Dumey. 31-23. We've got a foul on Nick Harris. His first foul of the evening. First foul this half for the Rebels. Eric Foster into the game for the Rebels. Will inbound the ball. Gives the ball to Harris. Harris being hounded by Clary. Nice pick that time by Cameron Whitaker. Foster with the ball. Drives the left side. Picks his dribble up. Looking for someone to pass to. Gives the ball to Nick Harris. Harris drives. Puts up a 12-footer. No good. Rebound that time on the floor to Cody Smith. He throws the ball back to Zach Bacon. Nice play that time.
Sure was.
Good quick thinking as Smith was about to fall out of bounds with it. Ball over to Bacon. Over to Williamson. Williamson going to drive the baseline, and we've got a push foul there on Cameron Whitaker, his 3rd foul. 2nd foul this half by the Richland Rebels. 4:27 to go. It's 31-23. Both teams still trying to get in the ebb and flow so far, and then we're halfway through, or almost halfway through this third quarter. Defense has really picked up at both ends of the floor. Cody Smith, nice jump shot off the blast. That was a nice shot right there. (33-23). Bloomfield up by 10. Whitaker with a basketball. Richland needs a bucket.
Yes,
Harris with the ball. Gives the ball over to Foster. Foster to Whitaker. We've got a foul that time, a hacking foul on Cody Smith, his 3rd foul. Boy, I tell you, Bloomfield has 3 players with 3 fouls. Smith, Monroe, and Dumey has, or Monroe has 4 fouls. Dumey has 3. Coming in for Smith is Garnett. We've got a timeout on the floor. With a timeout on the floor, we want to tell you that this game is brought to you by D&D Trucking. They're located on Highway 60 and Double F, just north of Essex. Donnie and Tish Foster are the owners, and D&D Trucking use end pumps and hopper bottom trailers. D&D Trucking specializes in grain, fertilizer, lime, and rock hauling. They personalize, dependable, and reliable service. That's D&D Trucking in Essex. Call them at 283-5550. It's D&D Trucking. They say happy holidays to each and every one, and I want to tell you, they're fine people, Tommy.
Yeah.
Enjoyed meeting and talking with them, Donnie and Tish Foster. And, boy, he showed us his building there, very clean, very neat, right there on Highway 60 and Double F, just north of Essex. And he was very proud of his trucks. He got some nice trucks, modern trucks. And he said when somebody calls needs something hauled, we want them to be able to run. And that's why we have taken our time, built our inventory up. Good people, give them a call. You'll be very happy if you need some of their work. I guarantee you they'll take care of you.
Richland's been a little cold this quarter.
Richland's been cold, and they need a bucket.
They sure do.
Whitaker with the ball to Foster. Inside to Thornton. Thornton back to Foster. Foster from 3. That ball's short. Clary with the rebound. Garnett with the basketball. Looking down the floor. Look for somebody to throw to. Clary has it. Looking for Doomey. Gives outside to Bacon at the top of the key. Ball tipped out by Garnett as the ball looked like it was going to Williamson.
Yeah.
Garnett thought it was going to him. Tipped the ball off his fingertips. Miller in the game for Foster. Looks like everybody else stayed tack. I thought Thornton was coming out for a minute there. He came over the sidelines. Nick Harris with the ball. Throws in to Shepard. Shepard out to Thornton. Thornton down. I tried to hit Whitaker underneath. We've got a foul on David Clary, his first of the game. Coming in for the Bloomfield Wildcats is Blake Harris. Going out is David Clary. Shepard with the basketball, and we're going to have a foul on, I believe it's going to be on Kyle Williamson.
Kyle Williamson, I think.
Yes, it is. Williamson just happened to jump up, and right there was Stafford, and Stafford made a good move.
Sure did.
Bloomfield is already, Richland is already in the 1-1 with 3:17 to go.
I think they need to take advantage of that.
Yes, Stafford goes to the line. He is 2 for 4 with the free throw line tonight. First shot here is good.
Good shot.
33-24. They needed that. They needed that bucket. Second one up, scores it.
For them both.
33-25. Down in the corner to Harris. Harris to Doomey. A good give and go. Puts the ball up, and he's going to be fouled by Stafford. Stafford's third. Yeah, it's just give and go. That's just basic fundamental basketball. Throw it in and go past.
That's right.
And a lot of times we used to call that split the post. There'd be an offside guy coming. He'd go the other way. And that was the old play back in the 60s. Harris for his first shot for the night. First free throw, no good. He'll get a bonus here as he's shooting 2. Blake Harris, sophomore. Second shot, no good. Rebound by Nick Harris. Of the Richland Rebels to Whitaker. Richland can cut the lead. They do need a bucket. Harris with the basketball. Being guarded by the other Harris. Inside to Stafford. There's a good cut there. Stafford goes in. Is going to try to go up between them. We've got a walking call on Tommy Stafford. Turnover on the Rebels. Coming in for Richland is number 12, Mac Thornton. He's a freshman. Going out is Stafford. So we got 2 Thorntons in there, Mac and Drew Thornton. Bacon with the basketball to Williamson. Williamson fakes, tries to drive the baseline to Garnett. Garnett has it out top the key, looking inside for the big guy. Throws to Curtin Doomey. Curtin Doomey, a turnaround shot, no good. Rebound at that time by Drew Thornton. He gives the ball to Whitaker. Whitaker's running for the Rebels. Nice spin move, puts it up, scores it.
Very nice spin.
First field goal of the quarter for the Rebels. They cut the lead to 33-27 with 2:13 to go in this third quarter. Garnett with the basketball. Puts up a 12-footer, scores it. Nice move that time by Tony Garnett of the Wildcats. 35-27, 2 minutes exactly to go in this third quarter. Good ball game. Thornton with the ball, hounded by Doomey, way out front. Ball tipped over to Miller. Miller down in the corner to Whitaker. He's going to drive the baseline. He puts up a layup, scores it. Whitaker's taking over on that baseline.
Is. He's quick. That first step's quick.
Yes. Garnett being hounded by Thornton. We've got a foul on Thornton. That's Mac Thornton, his first. Just the third foul this quarter on the Rebels. Bacon inbound and throws the ball away. He was trying to hit Williamson on the cut there and missed him. So with 1:31 to go, Richland has a chance to cut into this lead. Bloomfield on top of Richland, 35-29, up by 6. Whitaker with the basketball, wanting a little movement here. Bloomfield still into that man-to-man. Thornton has the ball tipped away from him. Williamson with it. He's off and running. He goes and puts up a layup. No good. Rebound that time by both Bloomfield. Harris puts it up and scores it. Blake Harris. He and Garnett both had the ball.
Sure did.
And finally Garnett lets go, and Harris puts it up and in. Whitaker with the basketball. 37-29. Bloomfield on top by 8. Nick Harris with the ball. Goes in, puts up a running layup. No good. Rebound in there by Miller, and he's fouled. Foul that time is on Blake Harris. That's his first. Going to the line to shoot 2 will be Landon Miller. Miller has 2 points on the night. That was a field goal. His first free throw of the evening, no good. Boy, if Richland could just hit their free throws, they'd be in this game. They'd be ahead.
Yeah, they missed several tonight.
Maybe they'll find that loose board here in a minute.
Yeah, there you go.
Shot in and out. We've got a lane violation. So if it had gone, it would not have counted. Thornton was in there too soon. Bacon to inbound the ball to Garnett. We're under a minute to go in the third quarter. Bloomfield with possession of the ball and an 8-point lead. Harris with the basketball inside to Doomie. Doomie looks down low to Williamson. Williamson goes up high to gets it. Nice spin move, puts it up and in.
That was a good move in there.
I'll tell you what, when Williamson gets the ball in there, just put it down.
You bet.
He only has 6 points on the night, but I'll tell you what, he's a bread and butter man.
Sure is.
Thornton with the basketball, and he's going to be fouled by Williamson. He just happened to be in the right place at the wrong time. That's his 4th foul. I'll tell you what, Bloomfield's in foul trouble.
Yes, they are.
They've still 28 seconds to go in this quarter. Going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Drew Thornton. He is 2 for 4 on the evening from the line. His first one is up. In and out, no good. Rebound that time to Zach Bacon. 20 seconds to go in this third period. Bloomfield on top, 39-29, 10-point lead. Williamson with the basketball, drives the baseline. Tries to give the ball back to Doomie, and ball taken away by Thornton. Over to the other Thornton. Mac Thornton has it now. Down in the corner to Landon Miller. He goes in, puts it up, and we've got a foul on. It's on the floor, but it's still going to be a 2-shot foul because they're in a double bonus. Foul's going to be on Zach Bacon, his second. Going to the line to shoot 2 is going to be Landon Miller. He's 0 for 2 from the line tonight. 6 seconds to go in this quarter. Miller takes a deep breath. Scores it. He's just a junior, Tommy.
Yeah.
Coming in for Kyle Williamson is Kyle Rogers. Miller with his second shot. No good. Rebound that time is going to be picked up on the floor by Kyle Rogers as he has the ball knocked out of bounds by Miller with 1 second to go in this quarter. All Bloomfield wants to do is inbound the ball.
That's right. There we go.
At the end of the third quarter, it's the Bloomfield Wildcats 39 and the host Richland Rebels 30. I want to tell you this game is brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, and we'll be right back in just a moment.
Whether you're interested in a college degree or career training, Three Rivers Community College is a great place to start. Classes at TRCC can help you advance in your present job or start a whole new career. Convenient classes mean you don't have to give up your present job, and TRCC will help you find financial aid. Register on campus or at any of the centers. Call 1-877-TRY-TRCC or click on www.trcc.edu.
Also, this game being brought to you tonight by New Wave Communications. You can sign up for high-definition service, and they'll give you $50 at New Wave. They think you've been extra good this year, and that's why they're going to give you a little something extra this holiday season. $50 when you sign up for HD TV service from your neighbors at New Wave. Call them toll-free at 888-8-NEW-WAVE. That's 888-8-NEW-WAVE. Tommy, a very different third quarter.
It really was. Richland was cold that quarter.
Well,
Seems like Richland plays better when they can get the ball up and down the court.
Well, that quarter, Bloomfield scored 12, and Richland scored 8. And Richland had 2 field goals. The other 4 points were free throws. And on the other hand, Bloomfield had all 6 2-point field goals. Yeah. They were 0 for 2 from the line, Bloomfield was. Richland was, looks like 4 for 8 from the free throw line. 4 for 11 from the line.
Yeah.
Kurt Doobie inside. What a
nice
power
move.
move. Boy, I tell you what, I'm impressed with this young man tonight.
He's come alive now. He's a good player. I like him.
He really looks good. I hope he's healthy. And that's what's
too.
been wrong with he and Monroe. They've been hurt from last year. And, boy, that was a nice move.
Sure was.
Nick Harris with the basketball. Gives it to Thornton. Thornton to Whitaker. Whitaker drives, gives to Harris. Harris needs to knock this one down. In and out. Tipped back up by Cameron Whitaker. Nice tip. 41-32. The game's going to start flowing now.
They're going to start.
Richland in a 2-2-1 zone press. Something will happen. John Monroe with the basketball, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Bloomfield Wildcats, Coach Lanning decides he wants timeout. With timeout on the floor, we're going to tell you that this game is brought to you by First State Bank and Trust in Dexter. You can earn 5.12 annual percentage yield with an electronic Advantage Now checking account. There's no minimum balance and no service charge, giving you the best product for the internet, banking, and more. Get unlimited checking with free internet banking, free online bill payments, electronic bank statements, and more. Streamline monthly bill payments, save time and money, and earn 5.12 APY at First State Bank and Trust, Business 60 in Dexter, a member of FDIC. Coach Lanning saw that they were Bloomfield's having trouble getting the ball across the timeline. He just calls timeout with 7:17 to go in this game. Bloomfield on top,
41-32.
And Tommy, I believe that this game's going to pick up with this press that Richland's putting on. In other words, they're going to make the game speed up, whether they have a turnover or not. A lot of times the press is just to do that.
That's right.
Make the other team play your type of ball. Bloomfield breaks the press across the timeline, tries to throw inside to Dewey. Foul called that time on Drew Thornton, his 3rd foul. Scoreboard shows Richland with 4 fouls in this half. Oh, nice pass into John Monroe, and he missed the jump shot. Richland with the basketball. Whitaker over to Mac Thornton, to Drew Thornton, to Nick Harris. Down in the corner to Whitaker. Whitaker for 3. In and out. Rebound by Kurt Doomey. He gives the ball to Cody Smith of the Wildcats. 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Kyle Rogers with the ball over to Clary. To Smith, into that time John Monroe was trying to hit.
He sure was.
And he hit the rim, and the ball was about to go out of bounds. Nick Harris tried to save it off of Kurt Doobie, and he stepped on the line. Kyle Williamson in, John Monroe out. 41-32, 6:25 to go in the game. Clary looking for someone to inbounds to. Gets the ball out to Kyle Rogers. Rogers over to Smith. To Clary. Clary's going to take a shot from 15. In and out. Rebound off the fingertips of Drew Thornton. Bloomfield will maintain control of the basketball.
Thornton's going up. He's going up with number 50, and he just happened to tip it out of bounds. They're playing good underneath there. Look at him.
Rogers with the ball to Smith. Ball inside to Doomey. Doomey with a turnaround jump shot. Oh, I'll tell you what.
That's just money.
I'll tell you what, he's playing a great ball game tonight.
Yeah, he sure is.
Kurt Doomey. We have him for 16. Whitaker with the basketball down the left side. He likes to use that left hand. I tell you what, the young man's right-handed. He goes good with it left. Mac Thornton with the ball, looking for somebody to pass to. Clary with a steal. He's going in for a layup. Harris goes back and takes almost took the ball away. Instead, he's going to be called for a foul. It looks like they're calling an intentional foul. Nick Harris' 2nd foul. They are calling an intentional foul as Clary will go to the line to shoot 2. Clary with 9 in the first half has not scored in the second half. Scores a free throw there, gives him 10 on the evening. David Clary, senior, 5'9" senior out of Bloomfield. Second shot by Clary. In and out. Bloomfield will maintain possession of the ball. Nick Harris is out. Tommy Stafford in for the Rebels. Clary will inbounds for the Wildcats. Williamson for three from the corner. No good. Rebound that time. Fought far and saved by Cody Smith. Good hustle there.
Sure was.
Oh, nice steal by Drew Thornton. Richland on the run. Thornton's going to go in, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound Rogers for the Wildcats, and he's called for walking. Ball turned over to the Rebels.
Oh, we're up and down the court, Bill.
Up and down the court. Coming in for Bloomfield is Blake Harris. Going out is Kyle Rogers. Inbounding for the Rebels will be Landon Miller. Gives the ball to Stafford. Stafford to Whitaker. Whitaker for three. In and out. Boy, he's just had a tough night.
He's had two or three roll out on him like that.
Just barely missing it. Bloomfield with the basketball. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go. 44-32. 12-point lead, the biggest lead for either team tonight. Smith with the ball. Drives down, puts up a nice jump shot. No good. Rebounded that time off of. What a nice play that time by Blake Harris as he put the ball off the foot of Cameron Whitaker. Good heads-up play. Both guys going for the ball.
It was.
Oh, nice,
slip
nice
in
cut.
behind him, put it in there.
Nice cut, nice play. Kyle Williamson for two. 46-32 with 4:50 to go in the game. Richland needs a bucket.
Needs it bad.
Whitaker with the basketball, stepped on the out-of-bounds line. It's a turnover. Oh, they didn't need that.
No, they didn't.
And again, I don't want anybody to think that we're rooting for either team. We're just telling you, we like to see a good ball game. Whitaker out, Eric Foster in for the Rebels. 4:44 to go in this game. Bloomfield on top by 14. Williamson with the basketball, puts up a 10-footer, scores it.
Bloomfield's hot.
Bloomfield's hot. They're making the good shot, taking it. That's 10 for Williamson. Foster for three, puts it up, in and out. I tell you, they've had more to go in and out, and Thornton goes up for a shot, and got the rebound and put it up and missed it. And I want to tell you, Kurt Doomey just got some fingers jammed right there.
I think he did, yes.
That's his fourth foul. Going to line to shoot two will be Drew Thornton. First one up, in and out. I tell you, they've had more to roll off the rim tonight. Free throws, three-pointers, two-pointers. Doomey is hurt. Now, I mean, he can tell that left hand is not.
He is.
He can tell he's not feeling very good right now. He doesn't want the ball. Let's put it that way.
I don't think he does.
Stafford with the rebound.
Nice
puts
rebound,
it
put
up
back.
Tommy Stafford, good hustle.
Good hustle, Stafford.
Clary with the basketball, gives to Williamson in the corner. It's 48-34. Bloomfield on top by 14. Ball given to Doomey. Gives it back to Williamson. You can tell Doomey's holding that left hand. He's really holding it. Clary with the ball. They're still looking inside, and they're going to try to throw in. Taken away by Thornton again. Thornton with the basketball. Drives the length, puts a length of the court, puts it up, misses a shot, rebound Doomey. Doomey has the ball tipped around, Thornton has it. Rebels control. Mac Thornton with the ball, drives a baseline, puts up a reverse layup, no good. Rebound Blake Harris. Harris gives the ball to Smith. Boy, this game has picked up in intensity. Smith with the basketball, gives to Clary. Clary down in the corner to Williamson. Williamson for three, scores it. Kyle Williamson
nice
for
shot.
three. Yes, it was. Williamson was 7 1/4. 13 on the night. Nice drive there by Stafford. Boy, I tell you what, you give him any inch of opening, he's going to drive the bucket. We
He
have a
sure
turnover,
will.
a walk on Williamson with 3:01 to go in the game. Bloomfield's on top, 51-36. Bloomfield's in command,
Yes,
but
sir.
they can't sit back and let this game let it take control of them. They've got to control the game and
right.
the clock. Mac Thornton out and Cameron Whitaker in. Whitaker with the basketball. 3 minutes to go in this game. And Richland needs to score and score quickly. Harris inside to Drew Thornton. Nice turnaround, left-handed shot. Boy, I
Put that
tell you,
up
that was pretty.
left-handed.
That was pretty. 51-38. Clary with the basketball. To Smith. Smith over to Blake Harris. Blake has the ball taken away from behind and off of the Richland Rebels' hands. Zach Bacon in. Blake Harris out for the Wildcats. Also Nick Harris in. Landon Miller out for the Rebels. Kirk Dewey with the basketball. Finds Clary underneath off his hands, and Nick Harris steals the ball away. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Whitaker with the basketball, drives in, gives the ball out to Drew Thornton. Shot put up, no good. Rebound by Williamson. Bloomfield off and running. Williamson goes in, puts the layup, no good. Rebound that time by Drew Thornton of the Rebels. He gives the ball to Nick Harris. 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go. And we've got a walking call on Harris. No need for Bloomfield to get in a hurry at the ball now.
Right.
They're up by 13. We've got a 20-second timeout on the floor, Tommy, and with 20-second timeout, we want to tell you that tonight's game is also brought to you by Boomers Productions. The next time your company needs a commercial, safety informational, or music video made, please call Boomers Productions. Working with Mullenite Productions, we can produce your next video requirement. We also bring you your local news and programming as seen on Channel 21 and the New Wave Communications Network. We're currently seen in Bernie, Bloomfield, Essex, Campbell, Dexter, and Malden, and looking forward to serving more towns in southeast Missouri, northeast Arkansas viewing area. Boomers Productions and Channel 21, your hometown channel. Call us at 281-2121 or visit our website at boomersproductions.com. If you're outside the Malden area, call 877-566-2121. That's Boomer Productions and Maldenite Productions. Glad to help bringing you this ball game tonight.
Bloomfield's had a nice half. This last half they've had
defensive.
Well,
they picked it up after the first quarter.
Yeah. And the ball has just not been falling for Richland.
No, they've had good shots.
Sure
they
has.
just hadn't got it to go down. I mean, it's rolled off the rim. It's been in. It's popped back out.
Sure has.
It's like there's a lid on that thing. Dewey's still in the game. It looks like his hand's a little bit better. I guarantee he'll be glad to get some ice on it. Got a foul that time on Eric Foster with 1:55 to go in the game. Bloomfield will take the ball out of bounds as they're still not in the bonus.
No,
That's a good foul by Foster because, one, he's trying to steal the ball. He doesn't send the other team to the line. Clary with the basketball for the Wildcats. Gives it to Smith. To Bacon. To Williamson. Bloomfield is strictly looking for the good shot right now. Smith and has the ball tipped out by Foster. Taken back by Zach Bacon, and Foster fell on top of him. They're going to call him for a foul. It looked like Bacon might be hurt a little bit.
I thought he
there.
was. He's laying there. That boy fell on his face, looked like.
Eric Foster with his third foul. Going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will be Zach Bacon. Bloomfield's not going to line anybody up on the defensive end with Bacon at the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. Don't want to take a chance for any fouls.
That's right.
Bacon scores it. Of course, maybe they know he's going to knock it down,
That's right.
too.
He looked good on that one.
He sure did. Remember this young man playing last year. A lot of hustle.
Yeah, I do too.
Yep.
Walked up there and stroked it, put them both in.
53-38. Bloomfield on top of the Richland Rebels by 15 with 1 minute, 35 seconds to go. Whitaker with the basketball. Man-to-man defense throughout by the Bloomfield Wildcats, and they have played tenacious defense. Nick Harris for three. No good. Rebounded by Cody Smith. Bloomfield still off and running with a 15-point lead with under a minute and a half to go in the game. They pull it back out. Dave Clary with the ball. into Kyle Williamson. Williamson out front. No big hurry now. Williamson drives in, kicks the ball out to Zach Bacon.
Yeah, Bloomfield content, just throw it around out here.
Yep. We're under a minute to go in the game. Williamson walks with the basketball. Try to get that running step that time.
Yeah,
he did hop, skip, and jump. You don't think that you do, but when you see that on film, you'll see what you did. And good call there. Bloomfield's going to win this game. They're going to go to 2-4. Richland's going to go to 1-2. But I tell you what, a much improved Richland team tonight. They just ran into a buzzsaw with
they sure did.
And again, they got good shots. They just couldn't get them to fall.
Yeah.
Kirk Dumey with his 5th foul of the night. He's played a great ball game. Dumey with 16 points. All 2-pointers. 5 fouls on him. Coming in for him is John Monroe.
He's still carrying that left hand.
He is going to the line to shoot 2 shots. Is going to be Drew Thornton.
Tell you what, for a freshman, this Drew Thornton's going to be a good player. He's a nice player now, and he's just going to continue to get better.
3 for 9 from the line so far tonight. Scores it. It's 4 for 9 from the line. Zach Bacon with the basketball. We're down to 30 seconds to go. Williamson with the ball. Throws across the court to Clary. Clary out front to Smith. Over to Williamson. 20 seconds to go in the game. Williamson drives, gives to Clary. Clary looks inside, gives back out to Zach Bacon. Nice ball movement, nice ball handling. Bloomfield knows they've got the game. There's no need being in a hurry. Bacon inside to Williamson. Williamson puts the layup up and in. One second to go, and a 3-pointer put up by Cameron Whitaker will not go.
That's the ball game.
This game ends. The Bloomfield Wildcats 55. The Richland Rebels 40. Much better ball game than the score indicated. I will assure you that. Tommy, go on ahead and talk about this while I figure up the final stats here.
Okay, it's both teams played a real nice game tonight. Bloomfield really kicked it up, like we say, after the first quarter. Kicked it up defensively, and a lot of their shots were falling. They had a good game from their inside man, Kurt Dumey. Had some good outside plays, some good ball handling. Richland has nothing to be ashamed of. They played hard, much better than they played the other night, I thought. They played excellent. That seemed like there was just a lid on the basket. Nothing seemed to be falling from them. They had a good game. They're gonna beat some teams, and they're the type of team you better not overlook. I know a team called South Pemiscot overlooked them last year in the Bloomfield tournament, and they got slipped up on. But they're gonna get it together. Casey Knight's he's gonna bring them around. He was a good athlete, and I believe he's gonna be a fine coach. We enjoyed the game. It was an up and down game, fun game to watch. Somebody's got to win it. Somebody's got to lose, but there's really no losers in high school basketball when these kids give all they got. We like to watch these kids, and we encourage everyone to get out and support your local youth. They get enough bad press. Let's tell them that we're proud of them for the things they do and how they represent not only themselves but their schools and their communities. Like I say, it was a fun game to watch, and we look forward to seeing these teams more.
Now we keep talking. I'll try to get those free throws down for us. How many free throws were made and shot?
All right, there was I know Richland was having trouble at the line. They shot a lot of free throws. We commented earlier if they could get some of them to fall. It was sure, because it always make a difference. But this seemed like the balls were just rolling off tonight, and you can't. My hat's off to the Richland team, because they didn't give up. They kept battling hard, and it's easy to get down when you're losing. But keep your head up, young men. You're going to be all right. Everything's going to come together, and it's just going to be a good season. And Bloomfield very much improved team from last year. They heard Dumey inside, very good. The Smith boy handles the ball very well, sees the floor, runs the team, and they're going to be somebody to contend with up in that Bloomfield tournament. So we, like I say, we look forward to watching these area teams. We got some very, very good teams in this area. We hadn't got any report on any of the area games tonight, but if we get them before we go off the air, we'll tell you. But we certainly appreciate everybody, appreciate the people at Richland for their hospitality.
Tommy, let's run over the stats right quick. Final stats for the Richland Rebels. Cameron Whitaker with 8. Nick Harris with 8. Landon Miller with 5. Drew Thornton with 10. Tommy Stafford with 6. Eric Foster with 3 is 40 points for the Richland Rebels. And they were 13 for 29 from the free throw line.
Right.
For the Bloomfield Wildcats, they had 2 points from Tony Garnett, 2 points from Zach Bacon, 2 points from Blake Harris. They had 15 points from Kyle Williamson, 10 points from David Clary, 4 points from Cody Smith, 4 points for John Monroe. Kurt Doomey was 16, had a great game,
Sure
55 points total. Bloomfield 5 for 8 from the free throw line. The scoring went like this. First quarter, Richland on top, 17-13. Then at halftime, Bloomfield came back, and they were up 27-22. At the end of the third quarter, it was Bloomfield on top, 39-30, and then Bloomfield scoring in that last period 11 points, and the Richland Rebels 10 points to end up a total of 40. Tommy, a good ball game. Both teams will come away from this learning something. The seating at Bloomfield will be this Sunday for the 50th annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament. You and I are going up for that seating, and we're looking forward to that. You got to think the Malden Green Wave, if they win tonight, and if Donovan wins tonight, they're going to fight it out for the number 1 seed. The other one, number 2, I'm going to be surprised.
Yeah,
South Tim's going to be in there either 3rd or 4th. I don't know who else might be in there, but we're looking forward to that tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of help. We're going to need a lot of help to bring 26 games.
Oh, yes. But like I say, that seeing that Bloomfield tournament will be interesting because, I mean, I'll be really surprised if the Malden Green Wave are not seeded number 1 in that tournament. But I'm going to tell you something, that Donovan team, they're going to bring a good bunch over there, and they're a good team. But right now I would say Malden will be the number 1 seed, but I could be wrong. But that's my feeling.
Well, that is if they win tonight.
That's right. They got to get by the
They may
Camels
get
tonight.
beat. And if they get beat tonight, they don't deserve the number 1 seed.
No, that's true.
Well, again, we're right here from the Richland Gym. We want to tell you the junior varsity game tonight was won by, Tommy, I had that down, the Bloomfield Wildcats, 48, Richland 39. The varsity game just finished, 55 for Bloomfield, 40 for the Richland Rebels. Tommy Jacobs, along with Bill Hampton, along with Jerry Johnson and Eric Hendricks from the Richland Gym. We want to tell you this game has been brought to you tonight by D&D Trucking, Three Rivers College, also New Wave Communications, First State Bank Trust in Dexter, and also Boomers Productions and Maldenite Productions. We really enjoyed this game tonight. Hope that you've enjoyed watching it, and continue to watch Channel 21. We have a lot more games to bring to you. Again, we want to thank you for tuning in. Put those seatbelts on because we want to see you back and with us each and every game. And don't forget, live today, learn from yesterday, and look forward to tomorrow. Hi, I'm Bill Hampton, anchorman for Channel 21. Are you ready for some high school basketball?
Hi, I'm Tommy Jacobs. We'll be bringing you 50 high school basketball games this season on Channel 21.
Channel 21 is proud to bring you all 26 games from this year's 50th annual Bloomfield Christmas Tournament.
Plus 3 championship games and 21 regular season games from our viewing schools of Richland, Bloomfield, Dexter, Bernie, Malden, and Campbell.
I don't know that much about high school basketball, but I'll guarantee you one thing, it's going to be fun on 21.